YouTube. It's been like 2 weeks, but I have come to bring you part 2 of the Pineapple Express ballad, or whatever the fuck I said, story time about Pineapple Express. Now, you may be missing Sears' photo over here, because funny thing about that video, it was uploading onto YouTube when we went to Denny's, and then it died. Like, Packard's computer blue screened, and then it kind of got lost, and it's unfortunate. So here I am, 2 weeks later, trying to bullshit my way through the rest of the thing. So here we go. I was on the toga party subject, so I'm going to bring that up first, and basically to bring up to speed, like we were dating, blah, 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 blah. But I brought her to the toga party, and she was nervous as shit. She was way nervous, because it was all my friends, and I beefed it up way too much, and that part sucked ass as far as a tactical error by me. But it kind of brought us together at one point, because like we started beer pong teaming, and like we were wearing matching red togas, which we should have won best couple. We should have won best couple. It was some girl and some guy, and their togas didn't even match. Our togas matched. They were red and shit. But yeah, we had a lot of shit happen at that party. Like, one of my friends was like hammered, throwing trophies and shit. And it was an unfortunate situation. So at some point, my Pineapple Express and I got the fuck out of there. And then we went to my home base for extracurricular activity with her, the place the first time, my old house, specifically our driveway. And unlike the first time, the second time, we didn't do anything. Like, it was weird, because like she said that she was kind of an nympho or some shit, which all girls say that they're fucking nymphos, but they're not. Fun fact, yeah, the girl's like, oh, I love sex. No, you're not a nympho. Just because you love getting fucked doesn't mean you're a nympho. But she was like, oh, I just want to cuddle with you, and she was like looking at me and staring at me, and like, it felt fantastic. I was like, wow, you feel really good about me. And it just, way big ego boost. But yeah, so date 2 went well. We didn't have sex, and like, also, fun fact about the dates is that I would actually burn a playlist for what we would be listening to. And this brings us to date 3. Date 3 was the big date. Date 3 was us deciding if we were going to be a couple or not, which is fucking large in anything, but I planned it to be special, which was obviously a good goal. So the plan, so I picked her up at her school, and then we go to On the Border, the place that we should have gone to the first time, but we kind of got busy with extracurricular activities, and we didn't turn out to not be hungry. So we go to On the Border, and the entire time I'm nervous as shit. So I'm barely saying anything. She's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Nothing." She's like, "Well, you're not talking." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not talking." And what made it worse is that there was a fucking guy behind us with a Corona beach ball, just like, "Yay, Corona beach ball!" I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing with the Corona beach ball? I have ADD to begin with, and you have a Corona beach ball like fluttering upon her head. Get me up topic, you sons of bitches." Okay, so we go to On the Border, and we have fun there, and we then go to my house, where thankfully she does not meet my mother, because my mother has hated every single one of my girlfriends. Every single one. Thank God I didn't tell her that. So we go to my house, and then we watch Animal House. Romantic movie if I've ever seen one. Very romantic. Bitches love Animal House. Fun fact. And after that, we decided to go into my old car that was sitting in the garage, where I had left a sleeping bag there for us, like, accidentally, because I used to sleep in there when I would go away on trips. Yeah, I put it back there trying to, you know. And we go in there, and we don't have sex again. We don't have sex, and weirdly enough, I'm not in tune that much with, like, the whole eating a girl out. Like, first girlfriend didn't want it. Second girl, 70s bush. Third girl, what was her name? Oh, well, yeah, her. She didn't want it. Fourth girl, 70s bush, and then when she waxed her vagina, it somehow became worse. But I'll get into that later. And then she was like my 6th or 7th. But yeah, like none of them really like wanted me to do it or wanted me to do it, and I did not want to go down there. So, ladies, love is getting your pussy eaten, or for guys that really like eating pussy. And I went down there, and guys, if you're not familiar with eating puss, just ask for like pointers. If you go down there just like fucking like droopy dog, like trying to like fucking lick the shit up, you're not gonna do anything. Just say, hey, if I suck, tell me what I can do to get better. So I like at first she's like, the fuck are you doing? And then she's like, oh, that's what the fuck you're doing. Yeah, so yeah, I did pretty well there, but we ended up talking for a good like 2 hours in the back of the car, and like we decided to become official. But also with that came the downfall of the relationship, because the next day she was like, all right, I'm done with school, moving back to Long Island, 3 hours away, and it was like the perfect storm of shittiness. We didn't have a ton of chemistry to begin with because we didn't have enough to build it on. But couple that with me not having a car because my transmission blew, hence the car in the garage, and coupling that with the fact that her parents were strict as fuck. So I always felt skittish about like driving down there with a car I didn't have. And one time she made the effort of coming up, but like she was with a friend, and they stayed 45 minutes. They drove 3 hours, adorable, they drove 3 hours to stay for 45 minutes. And I was like, shit. But, like, I felt it going downhill, I felt it going downhill, I felt it going downhill. And then I'm playing poker, and she texts me, she's like, we need to talk. And as soon as that happened, I was like, awesome. Because, like, guys, if a girl says, we need to talk, you're fucked. Just admit defeat there. Be like, yeah, I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just fucking, I'm sorry. Because it's going to be 3 hours of her telling you what a shitty person you are. Even if you did nothing, you're still terrible. You should just go hang yourself. That's how terrible you are. And that's, like, and for whatever reason, I just decided to fucking hide to that point. I was like, I just avoided it because I dug her too much to not want it to end without fighting for it, because I knew fighting for it was going to be fucking stupid, because I was like, well, can we just take a break? She was like, nope, it's over. I'm like, well, that's because you want to hang out with your ex-boyfriend that you went to the strip club with. Oh, but yeah. Once you said that, like, I'm going to the strip club with my ex-boyfriend, I'm like, oh, good, you're going to get fucked. Good for you. Oh, we're still dating technically? Awesome. How many times have I fucked you? Once. And, yeah. I'm still a little pissed off about that part. Like, I was, like, open enough at the beginning, like, when she was, like, saying it, to be like, yay, you're going to a strip club with your ex-boyfriend. But then I'm like, you're going to a strip club with your ex-boyfriend, you're going to fuck him. Yay. So, it was the downfall there, but, like, she wanted to talk at, like, 2:30 in the morning. I was sorting out things with another friend, because he was, like, moping around on my porch, and we talked for 3 hours, which actually got me into YouTube, so thank you for that, friend. Because we were all talking, like, what can we do to, like, I wouldn't say potentially make money, because God knows YouTube doesn't really make fucking money. I just do it to talk to people and kind of air out shit that's been happening to me. But I'm, like, I didn't want to talk to her that night, and then the next day, I think she calls me once at, like, 10 in the morning, and I'm like, no. And then I tried talking to her a couple days after that. I was like, sorry, I've just been, like, really fucked up about it, and just no answer. And then she defriends me on Facebook without saying shit. I'm like, class act, madam. Class act. And then, like, what got me into trying to talk about it on here is because I never told anyone anything, because I just let it go. I just let it fucking slide. And I was kind of fucked up for a while, because, like, I didn't realize how much I dug her until, like, she wasn't around. But it wouldn't have worked out with it being a long-distance relationship. Maybe if it was close distance, and then, like, I think we could have maybe pulled through, but it was just fucking, no. It was fucking bad. So, if you stayed through this entire thing, God bless you, but I have an offer for you guys, which I will make another video about that when I get home. Actually, no, I'll just fucking say it now. People, if you get me to 100 subscribers, I will tell you the story, the complete story of Vietnam. Now, if you people that were in the stream know anything about the Vietnam story, that's where the 70s bush came from. That's where the lobster vagina thing came from. That's where so much shit came from. I will tell the entire story if I get 100 subs. Until then, I'll just tell you more stories about, like, I don't know, like my travels, shit like that. I was thinking about, like, telling you guys about how I became a Red Sox fan, how I, like, really got into NASCAR. One about how I drove an old lady home and she tried to rape me or something. I think I'm going to tell that one next. So, thanks for watching this if you did. I had to do the second part. I kind of wanted a girl here, but girls are hard to come by around here. Especially now, in this house. So, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. If you like it, comment, subscribe, like it on here, share it on Facebook, all that horseshit. Have yourself a good day. Good night.